Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. So in this DTRS session today, we are going to discuss 10 important MCQs from the current affairs. And also we have taken some previous year questions from UPSC Prelims, and we have, let's say, connected these topics with the ongoing current affairs topics that we are going to discuss today. Okay. So let us quickly see the list of topics that we are going to discuss. And before this, I would like to share an important information with you. It is that we are going to conduct an all India open essay test, okay, with free individual mentoring. So what you can do is you can register for this test using this QR code, and then you can write the test and it will get evaluated, and free individual mentoring will also happen. So with this, let's say let us now discuss about those topics that are important for this session. So today we are going to discuss the wildlife sanctuaries that are in news. Okay, wildlife sanctuaries are those areas which are protected for the wildlife. Okay, so we are going to discuss some wildlife sanctuaries that are in news. Then we are going to discuss about a disease which is known as Teflon flu. I will help you understand what is this Teflon flu all about. Then we are going to discuss about a new initiative of the government which is known as PM Pranam initiative. All right. Then we are going to discuss about powers of governor with respect to bills that are introduced in the state legislature. Okay, we are going to discuss about Article 200 of the Constitution of India. And then we are going to discuss about a mission which is Nipun Bharat mission. Also, we are going to discuss about cooperative banks in India. Okay, we are going to discuss what role does cooperative banks play, how they are regulated, which bodies regulate cooperative banks, and under what provisions cooperative banks are registered. We are going to discuss about it. Then you might have heard about terms like artificial intelligence, machine learning. So today we are going to discuss about a special term which is known as machine unlearning. We will understand what do we mean by machine unlearning. We will understand about this. Also, we are going to discuss about exercise Khan Quest. Okay, so this is a very important exercise that we are going to discuss. It is a joint military exercise. Then we are going to discuss about species that are in news. It is important under environment and ecology section. And finally, we are going to discuss about Lok Adalats. Okay, what is Lok Adalat and how Lok Adalats are constituted, under what provision it is constituted, which kind of cases can be looked after by the Lok Adalats, we are going to discuss today. So with this, let us quickly move to the first question. So this particular question is from the topic which is, let's say, wildlife sanctuaries. So in this particular table, some wildlife sanctuaries are mentioned, states are mentioned where they may be located, and also where they are located. I mean, through which river, which river flows through this wildlife sanctuary. We are going to discuss about it. Okay. So in this question, they have asked how many of the above pairs are correctly matched. Okay. So they have given the names, and they have asked us to identify how many of them are correctly matched. So number one, it says Kumbhalgarh Wildlife Sanctuary. WS means Wildlife Sanctuary. Kumbhalgarh Wildlife Sanctuary. Where is it located? It is located in the state of Rajasthan. And let's say Gomati River flows through this wildlife sanctuary. This is important. Okay, so all the three, they are correctly matched over here. Means Ranipur Wildlife Sanctuary is located in Uttar Pradesh. Betwa River flows through it. Then Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary is located in Madhya Pradesh, and Bamner River flows through it. Now the question is why we are talking about these wildlife sanctuaries. It is because of a very important thing, because recently, one of the High Court, which is High Court of Rajasthan, okay, Rajasthan High Court has asked, the government to relocate people, to resettle people who are located nearby this particular wildlife sanctuary, which is Kumbhalgarh Wildlife Sanctuary. Why they have said? Because they want to protect this particular wildlife sanctuary properly. So that's why this wildlife sanctuary was in news, and other wildlife sanctuaries we have taken up, for making the question. And similarly, we have previous year question from similar topic. Here, wildlife sanctuaries are mentioned, Okhla Wildlife Sanctuary, Sandi Wildlife Sanctuary and all. We have given answers also. So this is the previous year question, and this is the answer for it. So you can see the discussion is in this format itself. Along with this, we have also included the solution or explanation related to it. This is the news article that has inspired us to frame that question. So here it says the Rajasthan High Court in Jodhpur ordered the relocation of Kharni Tokri hamlet. Okay, Kharni Tokri hamlet. What is this hamlet? Hamlet is generally a geographical term that is a place where people are settled, a small region where people are settled. So from this hamlet, they have asked, the Rajasthan High Court has asked the, the government that the people from this particular hamlet who are located from this Kumbhalgarh Wildlife Sanctuary, they should be relocated. Okay, they should be relocated. So that's why we are discussing about this question. So with this, now let us move to the next question, and this is the solution. We have given the detailed explanation. You can download this file from the description of this YouTube video and you can go through it. Now this is the next question. This question says, consider the following statements about Teflon flu. What Teflon flu? Here we need to understand there are two words. One is Teflon, other word is flu. Flu is a kind of disease, okay? I mean, you start sneezing, you develop fever. So that is associated with flu as a symptom. Now, when we talk about Teflon, you might have heard about Teflon. Teflon is a kind of coating that is done on certain kind of pans. Pans means on cookware, where we cook food, okay? On cookware, some kind of coating is there, paint is there. So that paint is made using Teflon. So basically what happens when we cook this particular cookware, and when we, let's say it is cooked for a long period of time, it starts developing some kind of fume. Fume means धुआं निकलता है. So this fume actually, if you inhale this fume, you will develop, let's say, Teflon flu. And recently Teflon flu has been witnessed in the United States of America. Okay, in USA it has been witnessed. So that's why it was in news. Now the question is we need to understand about this Teflon flu through this question. It says it is a polymer fume fever. See, Teflon flu has a technical name also, which is known as polymer fume fever. Okay, this statement is right. Second, it says it is a condition where people get sick after being exposed to fumes from pans coated in perfluorooctanic acid. Okay. So those pans or those cookwares which is coated with a kind of paint which is technically known as perfluorooctanoic acid. Okay, so it develops fume, and if you inhale this fume, it is going to affect you. You may develop this Teflon flu. This statement is also right. Third statement, the symptoms of Teflon flu are similar to flu-like symptoms, including fever, chills, and respiratory issues. The third statement is also right. All the three statements are right. So correct answer for this question is option C. Okay, C is the right answer. Now with this, let us quickly move to the next question. You can go through the previous year question and see the explanation as well. So this is the news article that has inspired us to frame this question. It says, suspected cases of Teflon flu rise in the US. Find out if you are at risk too. Okay, so in the United States of America, there were suspected cases of Teflon flu. You see, this is a cookware. If it is overheated, if it is cooked for a long period of time, it will develop fume. And if you inhale it, so it will cause problem for you. Now we have another question. This question is very important. Okay, so we are going to discuss a new initiative of the government. So it says, consider the following statements about PM Pranam initiative. Which initiative? PM Pranam initiative. So what is the full form of Pranam? I'm going to talk about this. Okay, PM Pranam initiative. So basically, when we talk about PM Pranam, so this particular initiative is Pradhan Mantri Program for Restoration, Awareness Generation, Nourishment, and Amelioration of the Mother Earth. Basically, this is a program that is for awareness generation, that is for rejuvenation of Mother Earth. Means this is a kind of program which is a green initiative. It is to, let's say, promote green initiative for the earth, healthy initiative for the earth, and let's say keep people away from using fertilizers, chemical based fertilizers and all. So now related to this, we have three statements. Number one, it is launched by the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. This statement is, let's say, wrong. Why? Because the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has approved this particular initiative. Okay, so Okay. So first statement is wrong. Here we need to identify how many statements are correct. Second, the initiative aims to promote the use of biofertilizers and organic farming practices. This is right. It includes measures for soil health restoration and reducing chemical fertilizer usage. Second and third statements are right. So correct answer is option B in this question. Okay, option B is the right answer. Now we have another question also, and this is the news article that has inspired us to frame this question. Now we have another question. It says consider the following statements. They have given 3 statements, and these 3 statements relate to the power of governors under Article 200 of the Constitution of India. Okay. So in the Constitution of India, we have Article 200 that talks about powers of governors related to the bills. So now the question is, like, when a bill is a money bill, so prior consent is taken from the governor before introducing the bill in the house. Okay. And in case of other bills, the bill is introduced in the house, then if it is passed by, let's say, unicameral or bicameral legislature, then it goes to the governor for assent. Now governor has multiple options with him. One option is governor can give assent, so the bill becomes an act. Assent means governor approves this bill. Second option with the governor is governor may withhold his assent. Withhold means governor may deny giving his assent to the bill. Okay, this is also an option with the governor. The third option is governor can reserve this bill for the consideration of the president. Okay, this is the third option. Fourth option is governor can resend this bill to the house for reconsideration with the special comments. Now, when we talk about this question says a governor can withhold assent. Withhold itself means not giving assent, and reserve the bill for the consideration of the president. Okay, so governor can do both the things. He can withhold the assent, means like he can not give the assent, or he can reserve this bill for the consideration of the president. Both are correct. Okay. Second, the governor can veto a bill passed by the state legislature by refusing to give assent. See, refusing to give assent itself is a withholding thing. Governor can withhold. Okay. But the thing is, like, veto generally is not used when we talk about governors. In case of President of India, we use the term veto power. Okay. Governor, I mean, like, a case is being heard by the Supreme Court of India related to the veto power of the governor. Okay. So this statement is not entirely correct. Third statement, if a bill is reserved by the governor for the consideration of the president, the governor has no further role in decision making process. This is right. I mean, like, once the governor has reserved the bill for the consideration of the president, now the president will have to look into it. President may either give assent or may, let's say, like, withhold his assent, or president may send it back to the house. Now governor will not be having further role related to this bill. Okay. So 1 and 3 are correct. Correct answer is option C. And we have a similar question from UPSC Prelims 2014. Now let us move to the next topic, next question. It says with reference to Nipun Bharat mission. Okay, this is a new mission, Nipun Bharat mission. Consider the following statements. We have 3 statements. We need to identify which of these statements are correct. Number 1, it is launched by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. No, it is launched by the Ministry of Education. Okay, which ministry? Ministry of Education. The mission is a part of National Education Policy 2020. This is right. Third, it aims at children between ages of 3 and 9, including preschool through grade 3. Okay. So these 2 statements are right. Means correct answer is 2 and 3. C. Now question is, what do we mean by Nipun Bharat? What is the full form of Nipun Bharat? Nipun stands for, okay, Nipun stands for National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. Okay, National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, which is known as Nipun Bharat. It is a mission for a kind of literacy mission for young children who are aged between 3 and 9. It is a part of National Education Policy. It is launched by the Ministry of Education. Which ministry? Ministry of Education. So correct answer is option C. Okay, option C is the right answer in this question. Now with this, we will move to the next question. Question number 6. Okay, you can download this PDF and go through this document once again so that you understand all the questions and go through the explanation as well. Consider the following statements regarding cooperative banks. We know in India we have various types of banks, and the regulator of the bank in India is known as the Reserve Bank of India. The Reserve Bank of India regulates all scheduled commercial banks, whether it is a private sector bank, public sector bank, or a foreign bank. It regulates all those banks, and also there are many NBFCs also that are being regulated by Reserve Bank of India. Apart from this, we have a category of bank which is known as cooperative bank, and cooperative bank is also regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so they have given two statements. We need to identify which statement is right, which statement is wrong. Number one, these are registered under Cooperative Societies Act 1942. It is not 1942, it is 1912. Cooperative Societies Act 1912. Second, it is regulated both by Reserve Bank of India and the respective state governments. Yes. See, like, related to regulation of banking functions, Reserve Bank of India does the regulation. When it comes to the administrative things, it is done by the state government. Okay, so the second statement is right, means statement B, option B is right in this case. Now with this, we will move to the next question. Next question. Okay, this is the next question. It says, the term machine unlearning recently seen in the news is related to. You might have heard about terms like artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc. Okay, so these are related to the next generation technology, technologies which are emerging, which are developing. Okay, so machine unlearning means like removing the unwanted data from the large language models, from the let's say big data. Okay, removing the unwanted data, which is known as machine unlearning. So a process of selectively removing data from a machine learning model to protect privacy. This is known as machine unlearning. Correct answer is option C. So with this, we will move to the next question, question number 8. It says with reference to exercise Khan Quest. Okay, this is a military exercise. This military exercise was initially started, right, by two, let's say like by two countries, United States and Mongolian Armed Forces in 2003. This statement is right. This statement is not being conducted in Kultana, but it is being conducted in Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia. And it is an international peacekeeping mission. I mean like multinational peacekeeping mission. Various countries, right, participate in this mission. However, it is started as a bilateral exercise between Mongolian Armed Forces and the Armed Forces of the United States of America. But as of now, it is a multilateral exercise, multilateral peacekeeping exercise. Okay, so correct answer is option A only. Option A is the right answer. With this, let us move to the next question. This is question number 9, second last question. It says consider the following. They have given three options. Number 1, beluga, stellate sturgeon. How many of the above given species are categorized as endangered by the IUCN Red List? Now we need to understand that IUCN stands for International Union for Conservation of Nature. This International Union for Conservation of Nature maintains a red list. Okay, it maintains a data book which is known as red list. In this particular red list, they mention the species and the threat level that the species faces. If a species is endangered, so they mention it endangered or vulnerable or critically endangered or extinct or near threatened. So various categories are there. Generally, there are 7 categories in the red list. Now, in this question, they have given name of certain species here, beluga, stellate and stellate sturgeon. All these species are species of fish. Okay, these are species of fish that are found somewhere in the, let's say like, European rivers. Okay, or European waters. Now they have asked which of them are endangered. Only this stellate, which is second option, it is in endangered category. Okay, it is in endangered category. Others are critically endangered. Okay, this one is also critically endangered. So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is right. Only the second one is in endangered category. So only one, means like second option is right. But correct answer is option A. Okay. Now let us see, like these are the fish that we have just discussed about. So World Wildlife Fund for Nature, WWF, has recently, let's say, like, shared some details related to this. You see, like, these are the fish that we are talking about. Okay, one of these fish is, let's say, endangered, others are critically endangered. This one is endangered category, this one is critically endangered category. Now question number 10, this is the last question for the day, and here it says, with reference to Lok Adalat, consider the following statements. See, important thing is Lok Adalat. What is Lok Adalat? Lok Adalat is a kind of court. In this particular court, Gandhian principle is followed. I mean, like, the IPC, CRPC, these things are neglected. These things are not given focus on. Principle of natural justice is followed. Gandhian ideology is followed. And Lok Adalat is, let's say, like, conducted so that family related disputes, land related disputes can be resolved. Okay. So they have given certain statements. It has not been given any statutory status. This statement is wrong. It has been given a statutory status. What do we mean by statutory status? Whenever anything is, let's say, like, a law is made for anything. For Lok Adalat, there is a law which is existing. This is known as Legal Services Authorities Act 1987. What? Legal Services Authorities Act 1987. So an act is existing, Legal Services Authorities Act, that talks about Lok Adalat. So this is a statutory provision, means like legal provision, because law has been made. So it says it has not been given any statutory status. This is wrong. Second, it is based on Gandhian principles. This statement is right. It is held for matrimonial disputes, land acquisition issues, and pension cases. This statement is also right. Recently, the Supreme Court of India has conducted a Lok Adalat. You might have seen videos also. Kapil Sibal was invited to be a member of the Lok Adalat. So there Kapil Sibal has mentioned that so far he has been the part of the bar itself. Bar means part of the lawyer side. He has never sat on the bench, means like he has never been a judge. But in the Lok Adalat, he has been invited to participate as a judge in the Lok Adalat. Okay, this is the thing. So correct answer is option B. Okay, 2 and 3 are right in this question. So that's all. So with this, let's say we have solved all the 10 questions. You can see this is how Lok Adalat was conducted. Why did Supreme Court launch a special Lok Adalat today? How long will it last? Supreme Court of India has conducted a special Lok Adalat. So that's why it was in news. That's all. And we are soon going to start the Takkar year-long test series, which is going to start from 3rd of August 2024. Okay, so it's a year-long test series. It has 4 phases. Initially, we help you to cover the entire syllabus in an integrated fashion. Prelims and main syllabus is covered. After then, from January onward, we focus on the prelims exam. Specific classes are taken, tests are conducted. And in the 3rd phase, after you qualify the prelims, mains related tests are conducted. And in the 4th and final phase, we help you with the interview guidance program. We conduct mock interviews for all the candidates. Okay. So if you want to know more about this, you can inquire on the numbers that might be mentioned here somewhere. Okay. Or you can scan this one to get details about the Takkar year-long program. Okay. And also we are soon going to start 2 years IGPI program, integrated guidance program for IAS. Okay, so we are going to start it. So it is a 2 years program. You can register for that also. Thank you so much everyone for attending this session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.